party people in the place to be. What is going on? It's me. And just before I was about to shut the computer off for the night after that other video I did where rage just kind of came forth. Make myself look taller. Boom. I came across this video. The hottest female body parts ranked by men, according to the Young Turks Think Tank YouTube page, which I will link down below. This might be interesting, it might be stupid, and it might be just worth a reaction video for me, which is why I'm doing one, and we're gonna see what they come up with. I watched the one that said the one about women's favorite body parts to men, of men rather, and come on, like, it sounds a little stupid, but that one was from Cosmo. Let's see where they get their information from this time on the hottest female body parts ranked by men, and then I'll give you some of mine. Starting now.
Last week on Humpology, we looked at a Cosmo study that talked about what women find to be the most attractive, the sexiest male body parts, and we're all about balance on TYTU. And so today we're going to look at it from the men's point of view. And so this is coming from College Times, and they have polled a whole bunch of college-age men to find out what body parts they rank as the sexiest and most important. Women, if you are looking to divvy out your body improvement dollars, you're going to want to pay attention to this because you don't want to waste money on stuff guys don't care about. They have 12 here. Number 12 is the ears and earlobes.
What?
Which you sort of grimaced when that happened, but I think that that's actually kind of sweet.
It is.
Because it implies like the kissing and the nuzzling.
Stop. Let's start over.
On Humpology, we looked at a Cosmo study.
Because where did they get this information from?
To be the most attractive, the sexiest male body parts, and we're all about balance on TYTU. And so today we're going to look at it from the men's point of view. And so this is coming from College Times, and they have polled a whole bunch of college-age men to find out what body parts they rank as the sexiest and most important. Women, if you are looking to divvy out your body improvement dollars, you're going to want to pay attention to this because you don't want to waste money on stuff guys don't care about. They have 12 here. Number 12 is the ears and earlobes. Which you sort of grimaced when that happened, but I think that that's actually kind of sweet.
I know Rule 34,
like
but
kissing and nuzzling and stuff like that.
I was just surprised by it because
they don't have what?
Like, it's not one of those things you.
Do you want to give the audience a bit of earlobe? See, Mickey has very cute ears. Like, I wouldn't put it on my top 12 necessarily, but not you personally. I mean,
who really look?
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting. I guess that makes sense because for how many
the Rule 34s who are looking at earlobes, something tells me
like things like that. So
that list is few and far between.
I was just surprised
kind
it was even one of the body parts that would actually make the list, like one of the top 12.
Yeah, it could be on my like top 5 if a woman got elf ears because I always thought those were really cute. I'm a big fan of those. Number 11, ankles and feet. It is on the list. It's not top 10. But enough guys care about feet.
Is this the 1920s?
That's a thing. A lot of dudes do care about feet.
Hey, girl, show me,
she's showing some ankle.
I know. We're gonna pause it at 135. Yeah, that's a thing. Particularly with black guys. Not necessarily for me, but I know a ton of them. My cousins were like that. The theory is if a woman takes care of her feet, if a woman is, because I guess feet are so damn dirty and so damn disgusting to a lot of people, that if she takes extra care of her feet, if she is willing to put in the work to take care of her feet, then clearly she's willing to take care of the rest of herself, everything, hygiene and the rest of her life. That is not fucking true though, because anybody like that's not patently true. That's not universally true. Guys who've gone out with quite a few chicks and some chicks who have just pretty feet and pedicured and all that other stuff. First of all they do is go down to the mani-pedi shop and get them done. Like, that's a couple of hours, but that's a couple of hours every, couple weeks or week or however many, however, I don't know. I've never had a pedicure. And then they can have the rest of themselves not taken care of. I've seen it fellas, you know you've seen it too. So yeah, that's a thing. And the ankles, a lot of guys now are noticing that because they believe cankles to be that, you know what those are, calf cankle, the calf ankles that go like straight down. They conceive that to be a sign that the girl's out of shape, that the girl's fat, which isn't necessarily true. Like, there are chicks who or people who just naturally their legs go like that. So yes, it's a thing. No, it doesn't bother me. And now we're clicking on pause.
And then a classic thing, I personally don't care about feet. Not a big fan, but some guys really like
it. Yeah, I don't care.
Because,
one way or the other, I don't care. I'll play with them if you want me to. I'll, rub them. I'm not afraid of them. I just don't care about them. If they're not
very hairy, we paint our toenails.
They'd have to be terrible looking.
And stuff, and
they'd have to just be terrible looking. I've never.
Trendy or trashy a year ago. I think
checking out a chick's body,
sort of like
the feet
with the
are
cleavage, I think
less than the last thing I look at.
You mean like peep toe flats?
Like no, where it shows too much, like the circle is too big and it shows toe cleavage because it's like purposefully showing.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a different episode. Number 10, the knee pit.
Like the back of the knee?
The back of the knee. Now, guys know that it's a sensitive spot in a lot of girls. So maybe when they're saying sexy, they don't mean visually sexy, but like they like that they can stimulate it, maybe.
Okay.
But I don't spend a lot of time looking at
that.
What
are you gonna do to it?
Sounds correct. Okay, yeah, that was fucking retarded, camera. I'm gonna pause the video at 2:37 to talk about the knee pit, because I first learned about the knee pit, it's like 12, 13, maybe 11. Whenever I was on a TV Nut. So whenever that episode of Ally McBeal came on, one of the shows created by one of my writing idols, Lord David E. Kelly. The knee pit. The thing where one of the lawyers was talking about how he could stimulate the knee pit and it would just make the women jump because you're doing it right. Now, I used to be able, that used to work for me, and then I stopped doing it for like ever, and then I tried to do it again and I lost the technique. So I gotta go back to work on that. But yeah, it was a lot. Go back there and there's a technique to stroking it. I think it was like straight up and down. You can kind of make her jump like that. It worked. It really did work. I just forgot how to do it. But yes, that is a thing. I'm surprised that came back up. I'm surprised that got wide appeal. All right, College Times. Either they're lying to beef up the story because they figured, oh shit, now we have to fill 12 slots, or guys really know about that. Either way, Mazel Tov. Continue.
I can only show you. I can't tell you.
Okay.
Okay, number 9, getting a bit more specific here, the vagina.
Duh.
So I guess that's sort
Why
of...
is that not number 1?
If you're talking
and how
about
are
sexy,
you
not
looking for, like, you can't see that on a chick, and if you can, well...
Yeah,
her skirt's too tight, or not tight enough, or should be off.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things you get to have sex with, I think.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I think that it makes sense.
I think that's great, though, especially for women who generally feel self-conscious about their vaginas. I think that if any guy is lucky enough to see it at all, they're lucky.
Yeah, they do. Women, a lot of times women do, and most of the times they don't need to.
Because it is. If they've gotten to that place, it's going to be sexy.
And if you are self-conscious, guys don't rank it that highly. So
for the most part, yeah.
Number 8, the back. I can totally appreciate this. Upper back, lower back. I think that a back is important. I mean, you're talking about a huge part of the person's body, and you don't get to see it very often. I think that makes it very sexy.
And I think it's a big part of body language as well.
I'll tickle it.
I'll
stimulate it.
About how you're feeling in the moment.
Got this one thing I do where I massage it.
What do you do?
In a specific way. If you're watching this video and you know what I'm talking about, then...
Okay, number 7, it is a travesty that this is number 7.
If you know what I'm talking about with me massaging the back in a specific way, and I just paused it at 3:55, if you know what I'm talking about with the massaging in a specific way, then you are one of the lucky ones, sweetheart. Woo! Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. It's not, meh.
Stomach, the tummy, the midriff. Number 7, not even cranking the top 5.
That makes sense.
Top 3, I think.
Totally makes sense.
I think that, and I'm not saying that you gotta have
probably the first thing I look for, not specific, and not for why you think it is.
You do sometimes see in summer clothing and stuff like that. I mean, you're talking about proximity to the vagina. Like, it's in prime real estate between the chest and the vagina. Like, you'd think people would rank it more high.
Well, it's also that's another one of those things that women are generally self-conscious about. This area is a very difficult area, especially when you're trying to lose weight for everyone, but it's in particular especially females. It's interesting that that's that high on the list.
Very weird. Number 6, the collarbone, ranking higher than the stomach. I appreciate collarbones, clavicles.
Doesn't make sense to me.
It does seem weird that number 6, like,
doesn't make sense to me either. That's too high. It's one of those places that you stimulate.
I feel midriff and more collarbone on day
but
to day,
yeah, exactly. I'll start.
Who cares?
Number 5, I don't. Again, I think this should be ranked more highly, but hips. So you're talking about the general shape and all the thickness, the girth.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, and again, very sexual area of the body. It makes sense.
It makes sense. Stop at 505. The reason, and I'm gonna go into this. The reason why that doesn't rank as high, much higher on this list than it should, or than other people might think it is, than I would probably put it, is because they probably, and this is where, I'm going there. Damn it! It's because they probably pulled it's probably a large percentage of the participants in this poll weren't African American or Hispanic / Mexican / Spanish / because our people love us some hips. We appreciate curves on a woman, and traditionally, up until recently, I think the white boys are starting to catch up a little bit. Up until recently, the white boys like stick figures, like you guys like to hump, broomsticks. Alright? Kate Moss was never sexy. Like, you're still going on about J-Lo's ass, and to black guys and Mexicans, her ass is whatever. Like, we know chicks down the block with much bigger, better asses and hips than J-Lo. You understand? So, I understand why the hips aren't ranking as high on the list as I might put them, or as other nationalities might put them, because the participants are probably more mixed. And I don't know how the Asians feel about hips. Traditionally, their women aren't necessarily hippie. It's not like with white guys where they prefer that, but their women can have hips. A lot of the times, Asian women kind of have that figure, although that's changing too. In the last 20 years or so. Like, my generation is starting to be like the first generation of Asian chicks who have just phenomenal bodies. Like, oh God, they're starting to get curves. They're really, I don't know what the hell is happening. I don't know if you changed the orange chicken recipe or what the fuck. But whatever you're doing, keep on doing what you do. Moving forward.
Really? And I personally think that it's quite good. And I don't think a lot of girls feel this need to be super skinny in the hip area, which is both physically impossible to change to a significant effect. And I think that a little thickness down there looks pretty good.
Your hips don't lie.
They do not lie. Not often, anyway. They can try, but they can't lie.
The most honest part of your body.
Number 4.
Is white boy here a little
boob men?
Little black. See, he's getting into the hips.
Breast cleavage. Only number 4. Again, I think that's a little bit weird because it's so.
It's a little low.
And so
that is
visual.
Weird.
Like, you'd think
you
can't always see the earlobes and everything, but the breasts are out there, man.
So would you think that would be closer to number 1?
They're right there. That's the first. It's one of the first. If you're walking towards you, that's the first thing you see. How's that rank so low?
And think that those look super sexy.
And again,
I think that it's something that guys talk about a lot.
Right.
You would think they would rank it more highly.
He just hit it right on the head. And again, they don't have to be huge.
Not even the top 3.
Just nice looking. Like I like if you're small, right? If you're like a B cup and they look nice, I'm down with that. I'm totally down with that.
Number 3, now we're getting into another sexual area, the butt, the booty, the derriere.
Love butt.
Yeah, I again would rank that more high.
The songs are making that rank higher. Like for some reason, ass is just but all the Anaconda and all this terrible fucking ass songs and stuff that are coming up. That's why it's ranking higher. But all right, good. The landscape is changing, and I'm totally down for that. Again, the stick figure chicks. You know, if you're a stick figure, if you're a skinny chick, and that's just the way your body chemistry is. That's just the way your body chemistry is. But the
look at it territory.
Yeah, sure.
Number 2, the
pause it right here at 6:48. But and this is one of the problems I have with societal norms changing is that a lot of times societal norms change will go from where something has the clear advantage to now the other side just wants to kill the other side's old advantage instead of a more balanced approach of saying, you know, a lot like Meghan Trainor got hit with accusations she was skinny shaming in her song, and a few other places got hit with accusations online about skinny shaming and all this other shit. It's kind of true because it's the other side, instead of just saying, all right, we want balance, just wants to fucking turn it upside down. And that's not just with asses, that's with a lot of movements. You know, all you fucking social justice warriors, that's what you guys are doing. A lot of you guys are like, fuck the other side, as opposed to let's get balanced with the other side, or more balanced with the other side. So I appreciate the asses coming back in style. You know, I'm an ass man, but no pun intended, we'll get more balanced. All right, asses are fantastic. And they are maybe your cup of tea. They're my cup of tea. But I'm an equal opportunity employer. You know, if you don't have necessarily that, the whole package is what counts. So you can be a skinny chick, and the whole total wrapping package might be what draws me to you. And unpause.
The mouth. Okay, I assume the lips, the teeth, the tongue, all included in there. What do you think about that?
I can see why that would be up there. I'm surprised that it's number 2.
The mouth?
Boobs would have been number 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Rule 34, but the mouth?
Something that, like, I've never been approached.
Other than like her teeth being yellow, who gives a shit? Other than like her teeth being yellow or she has a mustache, who gives fuck number 1 about the mouth?
Have a great mouth, but the thing is, like,
I mean, all right, you know, full lips, you know, a lot of chicks do the collagen thing.
I've never been like,
but it's not. Again, that's not something that I'm like, oh, just check out the lips on her. Look at her mouth.
I guess.
Unless it's unless it's
people are assuming
odd or deformed or something is unhealthy with it. I don't care.
Women show off with lipstick and stuff like that.
She brushes her teeth every day, and
I think it's somewhat romantic. The guys put that above.
Doesn't have a stash thicker than mine.
Number 1.
Hair.
The eyes. So again, I think this is very high on the women's list as well.
Yeah.
So I guess it's one of the first things you look at. It makes sense. Huge variation between eyes, but number 1.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, there's not much you can really do about it outside of colored contacts, I suppose.
Which is then you're just like faking it.
Exactly.
Is that, like, yeah. But
do you really want to do that?
No, and the thing is that when this came up on the flip side with men, my response was, well, if you got eyes, then you're good to go.
Stop it at 8:15 because they're gonna go rambling on for another minute or so about whatever they're rambling on about. There's links to that video below. Yeah, eyes. Yeah, eyes are one of the first things I look at. Eyes are probably the second thing I look at, honestly. Like for the longest time I've been like oh my gosh, set of pretty eyes will do it to me every fucking time. There was this girl when I was going to church. There was this girl who went to a neighboring church of ours. She was a couple years younger than me. I can't for the life of me remember her name. I know she used to live in Inglewood. But her eyes, she had the prettiest damn eye. They were just, she was light skinned, they were green. Her eyes were so damn sexy. And it fucked me up every time because the timing was terrible. Every time I saw her, I didn't know what the hell to do with myself. You know what I mean? Like, it just I mean, and the rest of like her personality, like she was real chill, and her, her rest of her body was cool, and like her personality was cool, but it's those damn eyes, and they will kill you. They will kill me every. Oh, man. Now, if you don't have those light eyes or those deep piercing eyes or whatever, that's fine too. Like I'm not gonna fault a chick on her. Like, again, it's one of those things where if her eyes aren't the baddest in the world, it's not gonna turn me off. But it'll definitely turn me the fuck on if they are super light, or maybe she's got lighter hair, she's got darker eyes or something like that. The contrast. Yeah. All right, I understand that. Now my list, baby, and I haven't written anything down, so I'm just gonna fucking wing it. The first thing I look at in a chick, like let's say scenario, I'm walking down the street and I notice female presence. The first thing I look at is, ironically, because I'm not Mr. Muscle or anything, the first thing I look at is her stomach, honestly. And again, it's not for the reasons that you think, that you probably think. There's one person who knows why, but for the most part, it's not for the reason that you think. I'm not necessarily looking at her stomach to make sure that she's got like a six-pack or something, but if it's a total wreck, and you know what I mean when I say if it's a total, if it looks like she's had a kid, then I'm probably not going to be attracted / try to talk to her. But if it's tight, in whatever form it is, if it's tight, then I can maybe work. I got wide boundaries. You understand? But like if it looks terrible, then I'm probably not. Then that's probably going to be the first thing that turns me off. But that's the first thing I look at. The second thing will be probably her eyes. That's probably going to be the second thing. Second, maybe her ass. Eyes, ass, probably going to be the second thing I look for. But they're tied for second place. Then that's about it. Really, like, hair used to be super high. Hair used to be ranked super high. When I was a teenager, chicks with curly, and I was a teenager in the era where everybody was crimping their hair, and I kind of liked that. I kind of dug that, but like the curly hair used to be it used to be so goddamn high on the list for me. I still like curly hair, but now the other stuff has kind of moved itself up the ladder. So, yeah, there's a list. It's, what did I say? Stomach, ass, eyes, tied, and then probably hair, I guess. And then everything else just kind of as it comes. So that's my list. Fuck their list, because their list was full of a lot of like, for the most part, I guess chicks do wear backless stuff, but a lot of the time you're not going to see a chick's back. You might see her hip, you might see her frame, but come on. Like, come on. Really? Anyway, that list was kind of pointless. I've rambled on for way too long. This is 3 to get ready, and I'm going to get ready for bed. Peace out, homie. I'm a nice man.